Too late. Hey, we are ready. We are excited, folks. We got somebody that's going to bring some fire today.
Hello, solutionaries, and welcome to the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. I am Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
And I'm Fred Leonard, subprime hero.
And we are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast, and excited that you are with us today. So thank you so much for joining us. But if you're watching us on the live or you're watching us on the replay, help us get the word out there, everybody, and tag a car guy.
Tag a car gal.
And share.
Get it out there. Make sure that everyone knows what's happening, because we have a solutionary in the building, somebody that's never been on the show before. We're so excited because she's been out running around. Every time I see her at an event, she's zoom by. She's always doing interviews herself. She has her own show. She's doing so many amazing things in this industry and for our industry. And I'm so excited to have her here today, because we finally get to slow down, sit down, have a cup of coffee and a conversation, and really get to know this one person right here. And I can't wait to announce her. We even got to learn how to pronounce her name correctly. Hopefully we get it right. I love it, man.
We've never messed one of those up before, have we? We've never messed the name up on this show. What are you talking about? My goodness, folks, you all know what the deal is. This wouldn't be the car business if we didn't mess up names, forget names, and have to try to pull it all together. But one thing you will not do today, everybody, is you will not forget enjoying an incredible five-liner with this solutionary who is joining us from way over the rainbow. She's on the other side of the globe, and you have to love what we have cooking and the conversations that are brewing all over the world. And we're just so excited to have our first conversation with somebody in this country. We're not spilling the beans too much about where she is. We'll let her do all of that. But this is historic for us. This is the first time that we've had a brew out in this part of the world. And we're excited to be able to do this together. So let's get this rocking, everybody. Fred, you got some music for us to get this solution?
Bro, let me get, you know what? I will just speak for about 3 more seconds, and I'm sure I could get it going. I did not, I'd be honest, was not prepared. I over here didn't turn it on. I forgot that I have my beat still in.
Oh, look at you.
Not even using my mic right now. So I got to get this thing going.
You sound good, brother. You sound good. But we do want to welcome all the solutionaries that are in here. What's going on, Jason Grimes, Facebook user? We'll find out who you are later on. But what's up? What's up? So glad that you're here. April Simmons is inside of the cafe today.
Yes,
another solutionary who's brewed solutions on this show with us. We're so excited that you're in here. You got a fan over there. You got a fan saying, go, Ilana. Man, we're just going to go ahead and let everybody know who's up in here. You know the deal. You saw her face. You see it inside of the caption. You know who's up in the cafe with us today. James Kloss, welcome to the party, brother. What's up? I am excited to have this solutionary in the room, and another solutionary just shouting out let's brew, because it is time to brew and we want to brew with you. So make sure that you are sharing this around. If you want to get more of the incredible content that has been produced with this great solutionaries out there, you can bring yourself to carguycoffee.com. If you want to find out how to support the show and how we can keep putting your brand out there, just like our friends over at Dream Team Media, go to carguycoffee.com. What's going on, Miss Sorrell? So excited that you're here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But we're ready to welcome him in.
That's right.
Here now. You ready, Fred?
I think I'm ready now. I think, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Let's hear them tunes. That's
right. Let's go. So, folks, we brought to you today somebody from all the way across the globe. We're excited. It's nighttime there. Her kids are in bed right now, literally. Hopefully we don't wake them up. But I'm excited. If we do, maybe we'll get to see some cute kids come in and say hello to us really quick. But either way, we're super excited, Lou. Let's get this thing going. We have the one, the only, Ilana Shabtay. Let's go.
There we go.
Hey guys. Oh God, I need to get my energy like at the same level.
Wind down. Hopefully we do have you a little bit charged up for the night. But this is usually when we would do it around the time that it is where you are, is usually when we started brewing solutions for the auto industry over here on the stateside. But why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and where you're at?
Sure. Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for having me. Very excited to be on the podcast. Ilana Shabtay, VP Marketing at Auto Leadstar, and I am in Jerusalem, Israel right now. So a little far, not too far.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. She's in Jerusalem.
Way awesome.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Well, we're so excited that you're brewing solutions with us today. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you for being here today and for making the adjustments. Like we said, everybody, she's got some kids that are in bed. So
let's pray. We're all praying they don't wake up.
Well, we're going to try to hype it up a little bit. We're going to try to get this show going, and you know how we got to get that going, right, Fred?
Yeah, it's the 3 Fs. We drop F-bombs every beginning of every show, everywhere we go. And these are F-bombs that don't offend the moms, of course, right? These are clean words right here. We're talking about forgiving. We're talking about focusing and flying. And that is the recipe if you want to keep growing right there. If you want to keep moving forward, you have to let things go. The weight of unforgiveness on your shoulders, all the things you did wrong and things that were done wrong to you, you have no control over that. You got to let it go. It's over. Once you let that go, you're free. Your arms are free. The weight is gone. You're able to focus on all the things that you want. And when you're super focused, you just keep flying. And when you're flying, there's nothing better in the world. You got a view of everything that you want. Bird's eye view is the best, right? And then you're just going to keep growing. So we're going to do this all together. The moves look like this. Forgive. We're going to wipe off the weight of unforgiveness. We're going to focus on where we go. And then we're going to fly and just keep growing. So we're going to do this on a count of 3. You ready, Lou?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
I was told before I had to dance moves with you, so.
That's right.
Get that going. We're on 3, solutionary. Hands on the shoulders. 1. Hands on the shoulders. There we go. 2, 3. Is it?
Forgive. Focus. Fly. And keep growing. That's right. Woo.
There we go. Now we're ready for a 5-liner.
Love it. Now I'm charged. I'm charged up.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're charged, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to brew right now. We are ready for this 5-liner, and this 5-liner is going to be phenomenal. I already know it. And it all starts with the why. I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek when he did his TED Talk, and he talked about the why. And then he wrote a book, and then all these things that really tie in there. But when you really think about it, it's so true. That is what motivates us. Not having one sometimes can keep us from growing. When you are able to focus on something that matters to you, you can go a lot further than you ever could imagine. What is your why?
Such a complicated question, and it probably changes over time.
Yes, it does.
The reason why I can get up every day and give every single day my all is honestly gratitude. I feel like everyone's lives are so complicated and so busy. And, I have 2 little kids at home, VP marketing, manage a team of, 7+ people. I like working out. I like being with my kids, like being with my husband. Like there's so much going on, and I sometimes can get really overwhelmed and then remember, wait, this is awesome. Like it is it's great that you're busy because you have multiple people that you want to be with. It's great that, work is busy and I get to build a team. And I'm so grateful for that. And I feel like that's what really pushes me every single day, because as long as I can show up, then I can continue to be grateful and continue to, do my best every single day. So that's, I think when I think about my wine, how it's changed over time, it always goes back to gratitude.
Love it, love it, love it. Firm believer that the number one cure for depression is gratitude, is to
Totally agree.
in a place of maintaining gratitude, the thankfulness for what it is that you have. And however it is that you do it, if you make a list every day, if you pray every day, if you confess, if you make the phone calls and tell people every day what it is that you're grateful for, the more that you hear it, the more that you see it, the more that you start noticing more things find your lips to say thankful for, that you're thankful for. And man, that's strong, because especially being a mama, right? It's very easy to feel the weight of everybody else, right? Feel the weight of everything else. But when saying, just like you described it, I'm thankful for that, for these burdens or this action or these things that I have my hand to, man, I'm grateful for that. I'd rather have these things in my hand than not to have anything at all. Right? I love it, Ilana. Love it, love it, love it.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Whew. With that, I mean, I know that you do have your flow of being able to make things happen with you each and every day. What kinds of things do you do to keep making sure that your gratitude stays top of mind for you every day?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, other than just really being really mindful of that, I think there's a part of it also. I'm very intentional about, if I am frustrated about something, or if I feel like there is a showstopper or a setback, I want to make sure that, I handle that in an appropriate way. And again, feel very grateful, and then just kind of like recenter myself. So anything that I do, that's sort of how I approach it. But I think another thing, and I know this isn't exactly answering your question, but I'll get there. Another thing is using that to inspire other people, which I think is really important, right? Not everyone thinks about this. And like you said, it's the cure for depression. It's not like people who are struggling with that can just say, oh, okay, let me just be grateful and move on. Meaning there's work that goes into it. And I think being able to inspire other people who might feel, overwhelmed or underwhelmed, which is just as, frustrating for some people, being able to inspire them to be also grateful and to see the good in everything, and to use any kind of setback as an opportunity is for sure something that I sort of do top of mind no matter what I'm doing during the day. So that sort of is like the high level answer to your question. But I think like just having a really good mix of, getting things done that you have to get done in your professional life, making sure that you show up in your personal life, making sure that, you have an hour to yourself to do whatever that might be every day, which again, it's a luxury, of course, but at the same time, if you make time for it, your life will feel very luxurious. So I'm very intentional about that too. And then of course, grateful about that, for that.
That's awesome. Thank you for opening that up more. Heck yeah. Fred, what you got on that?
Absolutely. I think everything that she's saying here is something that we all kind of feel, right? I think we all can understand and kind of empathize with what you're talking about. I think that's a great thing, because listen, folks, I know you all are watching this show. You're trying to figure out ways, hey, how do I grow? Because that's the point of my show, is to show you guys people who've come in this industry, who've come from other industries, who've come into here and done some amazing things. And then they've gone forward and they've had a reason why. Gratitude is massive. Gratitude is something that I know that I start my day every single day with gratitude. That is 100%, like Lou said, the best way to get rid of any kind of depression. It's the best way to be able to have a great day, is to start with gratitude in your life. When you can really focus on that and you start with all the good, instead of waking up with, man, I got to wake up now. Oh man, I got to go to work. Oh no, I got to do this. Instead of being like, man, I get to wake up. I did wake up. Or, hey, I got a chance today to do something special at work. I get to go and change people's lives. I get to do so many things that you really don't pay attention to, because we get caught up in the daily grind. The daily grind, though, is part of it. All the little stuff that we're doing, it adds up. It becomes something massive. And I think through what you're talking about, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. And that the daily grind is what you should be thankful for, because not
Amen
everyone
for that.
really has that, right? So the daily grind is the best part of it.
So true. So true. And it can be a grind. And that's why we love grinding it out, right? That's the correlation with coffee. Sometimes you got to take all those beans after you did all that toiling, all that work to be able to pull the pit out of a cherry. And now you got one coffee bean. Now you got to find a lot more. Then you got to physically grind them out in order to apply some hot water, a little bit of hot.
That's right. That's so true, right?
The good, right? To be able to get the good stuff from it. And that's what we're doing here on the Five Liner. And that's something that we want to encourage all of you sales pros, managers, leaders that are out there. Keep reminding everybody to be grateful for the opportunity that they have. We have the luxury of being able to help many of our clients do a lot of hiring. We've had the privilege of hiring countless people in the auto business for a couple of decades now. And quite often, the longer part of the conversation that we're having is the great opportunity sitting in front of somebody. Usually, it's different to paint that opportunity to somebody who's never been in the car business before, who's never done this, who's used to a certain income level, but used to having to beat their brains in overtime and extra stuff to be able to achieve some of their financial goals. But in the opportunity of the car business, saying there's a great opportunity here. You have a great chance to create yourself, to create an identity, to build your way in. And it's not just in sales. There's so many different things. And with that, we're kind of curious about you. We're completely because this is the second Five Liner. Is what is it that brought Ilana to the car business? What brought you to automotive?
So it's a great story. I've been working for Auto Leadstar for about almost 8 years at this point. And when we first started, we were not an auto company at all. We had a software. It was for SMBs. It was a super saturated market. While it was great for us, we really needed to find our niche, the vertical we wanted to enter. We talked about some others, but it was like automotive always came back because it just felt like there was so much opportunity. The lead value was, in the beginning, we were mostly doing leads, bringing leads for car dealers, but the lead value was high and the tech was low at the time. And so it felt like a really good opportunity. After, testing the waters a bit, going to some dealerships, we realized there is actually a really nice match here. And then we also, we really connected. You sort of touched on this, but we really connected with the fact that the automotive industry allows anyone to do well in it. Meaning if you can hustle and you are motivated, doesn't matter where you come from, what background you have, you can do extremely well. With that really spoke to our founders, and of course I was there from basically the beginning as well. So it spoke to me, and I think like that only emphasizes how amazing the industry is and how much impact you can have. And so bringing the technology into automotive, that's honestly how I ended up, meaning there was no intention to it. I went working for a startup. We were working with SMBs. We pivoted to automotive about 2 years in, and we stumbled into this industry, but I really could not be more grateful for it because of the qualities of the industry and how amazing the people are. And again, the opportunity that the industry gives, not just the people that actually work in the industry, but it just serves, there's so many consumers. I mean, transportation is a basic human need, meaning we're impacting millions and millions of people every single day. And, I love being a part of that.
Man, that's awesome. Well, welcome. And you're so right. You're so right. There are so many different facets, and no matter what end of the business you're in, you can do really great for yourself.
You could do, And I think there's a real appreciation for hustle in the automotive industry, which I very much identify with, and I'm so proud to be part of an industry that's like that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. 100%. This is a great industry, and we're lucky to have you. Whether you lucked into it or you stumbled into it, I think it was supposed to happen, right? And you see that, you're doing so many things. You're out here now. You're a host of a podcast that's just doing amazing things. I love watching you do your shows. I love watching your interviews. I like watching you moderate people on stages. You're doing amazing things. You're constantly speaking about stuff. You're encouraging, you're promoting. You've been part of so many different networks, and you're growing constantly. And that's it. Like you said, This industry will allow anyone to come in. Doesn't matter what your background is. If you go in and you hustle and you put work in, it's endless. It's bound. There's so many things that can come to you. But the thing is how many people you can impact. You said millions daily. We do that, folks. That's why this industry is essential. You know, we were told, I remember being told we're not essential when all that stuff happened a couple years back. But then they found out very quickly how essential we were. We were right back to work very fast. You know, it was amazing, right? But and our customers showed us how essential. We know that. We knew how essential we were. Cars have to be bought. Cars still break down. People still need newer vehicles. We had to figure out ways to do that. We're very resilient. But having people like you and having so many different perspectives come into this industry is massive. And that's what we need. We need a bunch of different people coming in here. We need people like Ilana coming in here, just doing amazing things and shedding light in different spots, in different perspectives. And I love that. You know, tell people a little bit more about your background before you even started working for Auto Lead Star. What did you do before that?
So I was in the IDF, which is the Israel Defense Forces. I joined right after I finished college in the States. I was a shooting instructor, so I got to teach all the combat soldiers how to shoot all different kinds of guns. Was first of all an amazing experience, but also terrifying in the beginning. But that's also why I identify so much with this industry. There are so many veterans. I feel like, you know, it's a whole different world. There's a whole different part of me that grew from that experience, and I really feel like I can connect with people in the industry because of that. And so, I mean, it was incredible. And I learned so much about myself and resilience and how to, you know, adapt and manage in so many different environments. So very thankful. It's going to be the theme of this podcast. Thankful for that experience. And it definitely taught me so much about management and working with other people and collaboration and gratitude, everything. Yeah. Also, what is going on? Because my phone is blowing up and I feel like your reach is like, so many people are texting me right now and I can't look at my phone, but everyone's like, I'm watching. So that's incredible. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we're very blessed, but I think it's I got to give you all a lot of credit. It's because you're on the show. It's never about us, Lou and I.
Yeah,
it's always been about the people.
Yeah.
Right. And
it's used to hearing us.
It is nice to hear that people are watching right now. So we appreciate you folks. If you're watching and you haven't shared this, share it right now. It's a great opportunity for somebody to hear this story. Even if you're watching this on the replay, you're watching some amazing stuff. Share this. Somebody needs to hear this story. And, you know, gratitude. We're talking about being thankful right now, my friends. And there's so many things to be thankful for. Even if we think it's so dark in this world, it's not. There's all kinds of light. I'm telling you, there's so much light in this world. And it's people like you, Ilana, that are doing things that are shedding light everywhere. I'm excited to share that. But along the way, I know that you've had people that you've leaned on, people that leaned on you. You've been a mentor to many, I'm sure, but you've been mentored by others. Who have been some of your greatest mentors so far?
Oh gosh, there have been a few. I mean, top of mind is for sure the CEO of Auto Lead Star, Aaron Horowitz. He really taught me everything I know and believed in me from the start, and really was able to build me up from, I started almost 8 years ago, like I said, as a sales development representative, SDR, was able to manage that team, moved on to sales, biz dev, CS, marketing, really seen it all, but through his mentorship was really able to succeed. And I think a big part of that was also not just his direct mentorship, but his management. So he's the way that he manages really inspires the way that I manage and the way that I collaborate, mostly just because it's a super eco-free zone. Every single person matters. It does not matter what your title is. It does not matter, you know, how many years you were at X. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you have a good idea or if you have a voice to be heard, which everyone does, that's all that matters. That's been a huge part of, you know, that's been ingrained in me from him, and a huge part of how I operate in the workspace and outside of the workspace. I've had a ton of others. I mean, the cliche and the classic is my mother, mostly just because she's badass and she raised
I love it.
3 kids and is the CEO of a company in the States. And she knows exactly what to get done and how to get it done, and is efficient and productive and mindful and intentional and just extremely successful. So she's also, of course, been a mentor in a completely different field, but still a mentor.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a few others as well that I met along the way, specifically in the Army. But I do definitely want to mention our own and my mom. And I feel like I'm getting an award.
Because you are getting a reward, and we'll present it to you at the end of the show. We will.
Yeah.
So and you deserve it. But sometimes in just like getting an award or any reward that we receive in life, we want to honor everyone, right? And it's hard to leave people out. I know it, but you want to honor, of course, your mother. Wow. You know, I would throw my mother in there as one of my greatest mentors ever, and still one of my greatest mentors, right? You know, I can name a lot of people myself, but I love where you went with that. And it's not that she's leaving you all out. Trust me, along the way, she has met plenty of people, and there's probably people she hasn't even met that she would consider mentors, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But at the end of the day, what she's talking about is the closest ones to her right now. And I love that. You're talking about your current CEO, and then you're talking, and that's so great, because when you can work for a company where you see that the head of the fish is so fresh that you know the rest of the body is going to be nice and good for you too, it makes it good. It makes it to where you know that I can be creative, that anybody and everybody has value. If you have an idea, come share it. We want to hear it, right? Because it could be the greatest thing ever, a different perspective that we've never seen before, but yet it could change the whole outlook of what we forecast for our business in the future. And that's why it's important to be able to collaborate, but have an open door policy to be able to share your ideas. I love that you found that inside that. And then you also have that with your mother. You know, it's great that you've had those type of people in your life.
Yeah, I'll say, I think even within the marketing department, it's so important to get like an outsider view sometimes, right? I'll just pull someone in from product randomly or some other place and say, okay, look at this, because we're in it, we're in the work so much that sometimes bringing someone else in can bring such a different perspective. So just little things like that you learn from working in a healthy work environment that can make such a difference and make everyone super productive, which is why I really resonate with it and appreciate it and hope to be that one day.
Well, I believe that you are that now, that you're that and becoming that. It's one thing to be something and becoming even better at what it is that you already are. And what you are is a solutionary. You're somebody that is honoring well. I mean, you can tell everybody from the very first piece of gratitude that she's shelling out there of her why. It keeps her grounded. It keeps her being able to focus even when the challenges come. And the challenges do come. They come. And this is why you need the mentors. This is why you need the moms, fathers, those people inside of our lives that can help guide us through these different decisions that we do roll through, and enjoying the greatness of having people in your life. This isn't fun by ourselves. And what's awesome is that we have the chance to learn from so many people that are accessible, and their information is out there that you can reach out, you can get, and you can have some fun with. Speaking of people that we do love, we love all of those that do sponsor the show, from Fixed Ops Digital to VinQ to the Dream Team Media crew, all the way to Shop Smart Autos. We honor and we appreciate all of you. And go ahead and enjoy this quick video from our friends Richie Bello over at Shop Smart Autos, as they have a lot that's cooking for dealers right now. That's right. Go to Shop Smart Autos, the number 4 dealers.com, and let our friends over there help you be able to get your inventory on the directory. Dealers, it's completely free for you, and you need to go ahead and jump up on there. We're telling you, you need to. If you want to find out more on why, reach out to us. We'd be glad to let you know. But we appreciate Richie Bello, all the incredible people over at Shop Smart that are making things accessible for dealers and for free. The free 99 is the best value.
Ming, I love free 99. I'll take it every time, especially when it comes to leads. And we know how valuable leads can be. Folks, don't waste this opportunity. Jump on it, because it's not going to be forever. So get on there.
Right. So with that, though, in asking these questions and having these mentors and having these people in your life, as we're so blessed to have so many to be able to reach out to for just about any situation that's out there, there are many lessons that we get. When we recognize that all things work together for our good, it starts to help us be able to take the lumps on the head, the slugs in the gut a little bit different. With that, Ilana, what has been one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn getting to where it is that you are today?
So you basically just answered it, or you hinted to it, but because I was thinking about this before, and I think the hardest lesson was taking, and I hinted at this before as well, is taking any setback that you have and turning it into an opportunity. And I know that's broad, but I think it's just it's something so hard to learn, because when the setback actually happens, you think life is over. I mean, really.
Amen. Yeah.
And being able to turn that into an opportunity is how you're going to be able to grow and move forward. And I think, I can give some examples, but even the smallest things, as you hired someone and you thought it was going to go well and it didn't, right? And that can set you back 6 months to 8 months, and that's, resources lost and money lost and whatever else it might be. But if you can turn it somehow into an opportunity, whether that's, learning for better what you need for the next person, or using it to actually restructure the entire organization, because you realize maybe it's not the person, but it's actually, I don't really need that role right now. How can I think about the organization in a different way? So thinking outside of the box and really figuring out how any setback can be turned into an opportunity. It took me time. It was definitely a hard lesson. I think numerous mentors along the way spoke about it. Until I actually learned to do it, it was very challenging. And I think it's also just about mentality, right? There's always going to be setbacks. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be mistakes. Totally fine. If anything, good. It's a good thing, because we just get stronger and we just learn from it. And so having that attitude and that mentality probably took I'm still working on it, but a good few years. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we all, no matter how good we get at something, there's always more room for improvement, because it's the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. And, the beautiful thing is you recognize that. And they say success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm, right? It's getting education every time and knowing that, hey, I failed, but great news. I've learned something. Great news. I know what not to do next time. Right. Yeah. So that's good. So I know that the next situation is going to be better, because I'm not going to repeat the exact same mistakes that I made last time. At least that's what we hope, right? That's what we pray, what we do.
I think it's also like actually getting good out of it. So learning and then also turning it into good. So another example, a few months ago, we had an email marketing campaign set up. All of a sudden, because I obviously am on all of them, because we always want to see what we're putting out there. All of a sudden I got a weird email. It seemed off. It wasn't the right timing. My coworker too, my other coworker too. And then our content marketing strategist on the team was like, oh no, an email went out and it wasn't supposed to, and like freaking out. And I was like, this is awesome. This gives us an opportunity to write, oops, we messed up, and like, and have a funny GIF and like turn it into a hilarious email. And till this day, we talk about it on the marketing team, because that was it got our highest open rate and our highest click-through rate. So like, that's awesome. Sometimes I even joke, I'm like, can you mess up again so that we can send an oops email? Like, again, that's not like a life setback, but it's just a good example of, of course, figure out why it went out and fix it, but also turn it into something good.
So true. So true. I mean, folks, Standard Oil, J.G. Rockefeller recognized that the off product of refining oil was something that they had no idea what to do with, didn't know where to put it out, because you have to get rid of contaminants like oil and stuff, like different things. Hazmat has to control them. But to recognize, man, there's this stuff I really don't know what to do with. It's a byproduct, and now it's a headache. And that became gasoline. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn that into what then becomes one of the most used resources in the world. Okay. Take something that's bad, figure out how to fix an issue. Remember, And our pronunciation of this word is a little bit different. Yours is different than mine. Some people say it the same. I say niche, you say niche, right? But inside of that, we each find our niche into an area where we solve a particular problem that everybody else has either went around, tried to avoid, made a pacifier fix for, a band-aid stitch on, right? But when the people really see that and say, you know, that's a problem I want to nail, right? There's people that are passionately going after cancer. There's people that are passionately going after hunger. There's people that are passionately going after different causes all over the place. And when they recognize the problem, somebody steps up like a solutionary, just like you said, and they try to find a way to fix it. And so many times the issue we have to do is reduplicate the problem, right? Give me the problem again. Mechanics, you deal with this all the time. Make the problem happen again. Take the car for a drive. Duplicate the problem so we can prescribe the solution. And I love that you said that, because it's all working together to improve and to enhance everybody around us, ourselves included. But it's awesome when you're able to take those hard lessons, apply them, especially when you have good mentors in your life. When you have good mentors in your life and you say, listen, I'm not seeing this right. I'm not getting it right. Help me to understand this, build my faith inside of a better solution than the one I keep running into, and I love that, Ilana. I love it. This is a good brew, everybody. If you're enjoying this brew, do us a favor, keep sharing it around.
I know I'm getting caffeinated over here. I'm starting to get jittery. I'm getting so much good stuff over here, right? This is a strong brew. And I'm telling you, and it's important that we keep sharing this out. I'm going to remind you all one more time. If you're catching this just now, you're jumping in, share it. This thing could be on the replay also. If you're watching it later and this is like tonight or tomorrow or the day after, this is a great show. And I'm going to suggest that you share this to everyone out there, because there's some great little tips, little nuggets that you could take with you and know that, hey, even though I run into things, and I run into stumbles and I run into roadblocks, it's okay. There's great things that come from those things. So understand that. And as you see through time, because just like anything else, when things happen that are devastating, just like Ilana said, as soon as something bad happens, that's when you feel the worst. It's usually through time and healing and understanding it could be hours later, minutes later, seconds later, it could be years later that you look back out with gratitude. And that's been kind of the whole theme of the show. It's gratitude of all the things that happen to us in life, good, bad, indifferent. Have gratitude. We are alive, my friends. And we are alive during a time that is phenomenal. We have information at our fingertips. We have ways to be able to communicate with people across the world when just a few decades ago, we couldn't do that without it costing us a stupid amount of money to do so, right? Not knowing where people are. We can literally see them on video right now like we are. We live in a great time. Gratitude, my friends. Gratitude. Oh.
All right. So gratitude, although this 5-liner is flowing along just fine, we are very grateful for each and every one of the questions that you've answered so far on the 5-liner. But we have one question left. Fred?
Wow.
Bring it.
Wow. So, of course, you've been in this industry. You've kind of walked into it slowly but surely, but you've turned it into something that's become a career, a persona, part of your personality. You literally do amazing things. You host your own podcast. You're the VP of marketing for a massive company that's doing amazing things. You should be very proud of what you do. And you're doing this all mostly remotely. That's what's so amazing about it. That just shows you it. Quit making excuses. Quit making excuses. But we've worked hard. We do all things. You have a beautiful family. You get to travel. You get to be part of an industry that's growing, helping millions of people daily. We're talking about some amazing stuff here. What has been your greatest reward for all this work, all this so far up to this point? What would you consider your greatest reward?
I knew this one was going to be hard. Greatest reward, gosh, I think even being able to start completely new in an industry and learn the lay of the land, learn the landscape. I don't know cars. A car can walk. Even today, I was at the hair guy and he was like, "Oh, look, do you know what car that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a Mercedes." He's like, "No, that's a BMW." And I was like, "Oh, right, the X5." He was like, "No." So it's a shock. I still don't know cars. Okay, so obviously that's not my reward.
That's funny.
We figured that out. But going into such a foreign industry and understanding what the language is, who the players are, who the influences are, what podcasts are out there. I mean, at the time, what webinars I should go to, whatever it was. Walking into a dealership for the first time since I was like maybe 5, going with my parents to buy a car, meaning it had been so long, going to conferences and understanding who potential competitors are. I mean, that entire process has been a reward, just because it's not like I came to Auto Lead Star when Auto Lead Star was already set and it was like, okay, here's your training, here's what the automotive industry is like, and learn a bit, listen to this podcast, listen to this. We went in like full force, not knowing anything. I remember my first NEDA in 2016. I was like totally shocked. And I think that whole process has been extremely rewarding. I feel like we keep losing Lou because he's just like, oh, she doesn't know what a BMW looks like. I'm leaving. But seriously, it's like, that entire process has been extremely rewarding. Again, we came from literally 0 in the industry to 100, and we were able to not just get our name out there and get our product out there and get our solutions out there, but really understand what is it that doesn't work, or what works really well, and how can we build partnerships and be part of this like incredible industry that we keep talking about. I think being part of building that has been extremely rewarding, and then expanding a team that can also have an impact has also been extremely rewarding. I mean, that's my answer in terms of professional life for sure. Personally, I have 2 little humans that rely on me. Yes. I mean, that takes it all. But I do think that that's been such a unique experience. Again, I feel like often people will go into a company that's already set in an industry, and you sort of learn about the company and learn about the industry in tandem. And this was very different for me.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. And cheer that on, everyone. I know you're out there. If you're watching this, cheer her on right now. Send her messages of love and joy and appreciation. And she's so right. She said it from the beginning. She said gratitude. If you walk into everything you do with gratitude and with a positive view, you can do anything you want. I promise. The mistakes that happen, the failures that come into you, you're going to not even notice them. You're going to learn from them. You're going to be excited about them because it's just another opportunity to get better. And every time you have that opportunity to be uncomfortable and grow and build not just a business family, but build your personal family too, all at the same time, right? And do amazing things and leave legacy on this planet in your business life and in your personal life. That's balanced. That is what it's about. And having people like you, Ilana, just doing amazing things, loving this world, loving this industry, coming into this industry with no idea, but yet having tons of ideas. Yet bring a perspective that can really make a difference in what we do. Thus is why Auto Lead Star is growing. Thus is why people in your company are constantly benefiting from all the work that's happened over the last 8 years of just developing processes and ideas and collaboration. That stuff doesn't happen overnight, but if you don't have a positive attitude, you don't have gratitude, I promise you, it's almost impossible. You just can't see the end of the tunnel. It just becomes something very difficult to do. So something I want to throw out there, I want to say these were 4 words that really hit me during this show. First one was gratitude. I think we've talked about that a lot. Honor. Man, you hold honor so well. And I love what you're talking about, how you honor. Inspiration, inspire. You're inspiring me. You're inspiring so many others. This business is designed to help us be inspirational. It's there for all of us. And of course, constantly grow, my friends. Grow, grow, grow. Grow, grow, grow. So I love it. What a great show this was today. Lou, you got anything on that?
Man, just awesome how all of that is fused together. Ilana, you've definitely increased the quality of our brew today. We're so happy to have that Israeli brew up in the cafe. Now we can have that
That's right.
on the shelf, and everybody
actually is, by the way, better than American brew. I'm just saying.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit.
You know what I say? Prove it. Let's go.
Next
That's
conference,
right.
I'm bringing you some. Don't you worry.
Please do. Please do.
A bag of some coffee.
And folks, we will be doing at the very next conference that we're together, we'll be doing a follow-up with her. So be looking for like 10 minutes of fire with her on a show, but I can't wait to do a follow-up with you.
But no, I don't know. We might have a taste test on the show if we can get that brewed up right then and there.
We got a bag of Car Guy coffee just for you, waiting for you whenever it's time for you to get some of that, and you can tell us what you prefer. Let's go. All right.
Awesome.
Maybe one day we will put a stamp on some of that Israeli brew. Love it, love it, love it. So excited about it. But no, seriously, this has been an incredible interview. For those of you that are hearing this on the podcast, for those of you that are hearing this on the replay, for those of you that are still with us on the live, thank you so much for participating. But please keep blowing Ilana up and making sure that she knows that you have been enriched by the conversation that she had today. You cannot argue one bit with the fact that keeping your gratitude as your focus in your why will help you to find more and more things to be grateful for and make you really pave the way for success, not just for yourself, but for other people. When they see you living as that person, thankful to be alive today, that helps your legacy to carry on. And it's encouraging for everybody, which is exactly why we have you on the show. We want to give a couple of encouragement to everybody in the business. And we're thankful that you've taken this time with us today. And you got to dance, which we're going to get to do again.
Well, yeah. And so, folks, if you're trying to get a hold of her, this is her LinkedIn account right here. Reach out to her. She's all over LinkedIn. That's probably my favorite place to be communicated with also, because I know it's about business, right? This right here is her email address. If you have any questions about what Auto Lead Star can do for you, reach out to her. I promise you it's amazing. If you're interested in her podcast, go check it out. She is the host of Inside Auto Podcast, crushing it out there, all while being a mother, I'm just saying, a wife, and also the VP of marketing at Auto Lead Star. What a solutionary, my friends. And I could tell you, Lou, what is she?
She is 100% CGC approved. That's right, everybody. Make sure that you cheer her on for that. Give her some claps inside of the comments. And thank you so much for being 100% CGC approved. We're going to forgive, focus, fly, and we're going to get this day on the move, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. We're just connected worldwide, everybody.
Worldwide, baby.
That's
worldwide.
Right.
Let's go. Man, I'm so excited, folks. Here we go. We're going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to share this around. Let everybody know and let her know how great she is, because she, sometimes we need to hear that. I'm telling you, sometimes it's good to hear that people appreciate what we're doing, because sometimes we don't know that people see it. I see you, Ilana. I know that you're out there doing amazing things, and I'm so excited that you came on the show. Thank you. Thank you for the hour that you gave us today. We look forward to more time with you. Keep growing, my friends. So let's forgive, focus, fly, and get out of here. Go ahead.
Hands on the shoulders. Let's finish this off right. On 3. Ready? Join us up. Hands on the shoulders on 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus. Fly. And keep growing. That's right.
Growing. Thank you so much,
y'all.
Thank you so much. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah. It has been awesome. And we're so thankful for you and all you other solutionaries that have jumped in today and got some of this. Thank you. Hey, bro, clapping that up, everybody. Well, I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I am Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast with the one, the only
Ilana Shabtay.
Let's go.
I said her last name wrong this time, but I love her. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. You're awesome. Folks, once again, reach out to her as soon as you guys can, and I promise you, you'll get some great information from her. Let's go. Y'all be blessed. Have a good one. See y'all on the flip side.